If you're enjoying the Trees and Lines podcast, please head over to our Trees and Lines LinkedIn page and give us a follow. Thanks.
Welcome to another episode of Trees and Lines. We're here at Trees and Utilities 2024. We're joined by now the former president of the UAA.
Yes, past president.
Past president. Past president. You're like Tej, get it right. Well, I feel like we meet once a year and we get to do this, and I'm excited to hear how you felt your year went, and talk to us. First of all, the event, congratulations. Event is fantastic. Everybody's been raving about it, so kudos to you and the team. But talk to us a little bit about your year in review and, what you have planned next.
Yeah, no, thanks, Tej. Thanks, Phil, for having me on again. It's been a great year. It's been a busy year. We started off with, raising the membership rates. So coming in as kind of my first task was to to raise the rates money. To raise the rates of the membership. I think it went over well with everyone, and they see what the funds are going to continue to bring programs to the association and to the members, as well as I still think it's a steal at $75 a year for the membership. We also looked at revamping one of the bylaws of allowing a board member to serve consecutive years without having to take a year break. So there was definitely some administrative tasks that I had to
solve for.
Yeah, work with, and the staff as well as the board has been very supportive inside of that, and providing assistance when needed. And I would say the other piece that I'm very excited about over the last couple years is our strategic planning. I think continues to evolve, and we're dialing in our plans for the upcoming year. At the annual meeting a couple weeks ago, we discussed what our plans are for the 2025 year, and really looking forward to seeing how the committees and how everyone works through those. So,
any significant changes on committees or direction?
I wouldn't say significant changes, Phil, inside of committee or direction. We are really looking at how each one of our committees can go after our three large strategic goals, and what they can contribute into that, so that we're really kind of working in unison and in harmony inside of that. One last thing, you had mentioned the conference, and I do have to just give a big shout out to the planning committee and all the folks that work year round essentially to put this meeting together. And we're planning for 2025 in Knoxville. I think that's been announced, and another record-breaking year with over 1,200 attendees. So
I think it's going to be great.
So the UAA staff and the Arbor Day staff they're just fantastic people to work with, and they've done a great job.
Yeah, they both have their teams, and it continues to get bigger and bigger every year.
Yeah,
trade show floor has been, I think, pretty busy. The whole time. So.
Any guidance for incoming president, Mr. Goff?
Matt and I, we still touch base on almost a weekly basis, just to, work through things. I think Matt has a really good plan. I think he talked a little bit about it in the luncheon today, and what he's excited about, and just take it all in is really what it comes down to. When you're thinking about coming onto the board or running in that president role, it definitely can be a little bit more work than what you may anticipate when you're coming into it. But it's very rewarding and fulfilling seeing it through. So it's been a great term and a great year inside of it.
Talk to us a little bit about what's happening in your professional career. How are things going with the herbicide side of the business, and Tell us a little bit, catch us up a little bit on where you are on your career.
Yeah, so working with a company called ProtecTerra, based out of Lexington, Kentucky. From a herbicide perspective, I think more and more utilities are continuing to evolve their herbicide programs. You see where more miles are being applied to, being controlled. Working with our distributors as well as the manufacturers, and I think you mentioned you had Corteva here earlier today, and working with all the manufacturers on just making sure we're getting the right mixes, making sure that we're putting down products that are going to be environmentally sound, that are controlling our woody species that are out there, and leaving the beneficials, leaving the pollinating plants and everything like that, so that we're not just controlling brush, but we're improving habitat as well. And I think that's a really key
do you
piece.
Actively train your applicators?
We do. We're out there pointing out specific species for them, getting them trained in on that. Depending on where we're at in the country, we'll go through some refreshing training on that to ensure that, hey, these are the ones that we want to leave, and these are the ones that we want to control, so that we're keeping that ecosystem together and moving forward.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. I mean, just on the herbicide piece, in some of the conversations that I've been exposed to. And Phil has educated me on how herbicide ties into integrated vegetation management. I can definitely see an increased use case, in terms of why herbicide is an effective input into into every strategy. But there's obviously like an education about it. There's right.
The education piece is huge, Tej.
Seems to be,
especially from a as an applicating company to our customer, that as the utility or gas pipeline, but also their customer. Educating the public around what we're doing and how those products work, because sometimes you can have a negative connotation tied to that. So making sure that they're educated on what we're actually doing and what we're using, and the amount of time and energy that goes into bringing a herbicide product to market is pretty remarkable.
And it tends to be a growing land base that's being treated, but a reduction over time in volumes. So it's
volumes.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
5 years ago, I think, was the first person to ever do a second term. So it's amazing the attitude. I mean, you guys, Craig Kelly was just here. Paul Hersey at one point. Just that commitment, and not just 3 years.
It's a commitment. It's a commitment. Brandon, again, congratulations on a successful run as the president, and continued success for you in your professional career. And I know you're going to somehow probably stay engaged with UAA activities even beyond your past president role. We look forward to seeing you, and we're going to keep this as a tradition.
Yeah,
doing this every year.
I still have one more term that I can serve as
say,
there you go.
I understand you didn't even have to sit out a year.
I still have one more term.
He changed the laws for that.
I still have one more term to go.
Well done.
But we'll probably take a break a little bit.
Well,
appreciate you guys and what you're doing as well.
We appreciate you carving out the time. My friend, good seeing you again.
That's it for this episode of Trees and Lines, brought to you by Iapetus Holdings. If you like the show, please give us a 5-star rating on Apple or Spotify. If you have any questions or comments on any of our episodes or ideas for topics or guests, we'd love to hear from you. Please contact us at treesandlines@iapetusllc.com. We'll chat with you soon.